And releasing a GITMO detainee analysts say was likely a bodyguard for Osama bin Laden. Abdul Shalabi returning to Saudi Arabia after a review panel determined he was no longer a threat, no longer necessary to detain him. Rick Gannell worked as an advisor to 4 U.S. ambassadors at the UN as a Fox News contributor. Rick, a good day to you there in Los Angeles. Age 39, goes back to Saudi Arabia. The announcement came almost simultaneously as the Pope's plane landed outside of Washington, D.C. Did you pick up on that?
Yeah, I did. And, you know, most of the Washington, D.C. media didn't, and they're distracted by the Pope. So kudos to you, Bill, and to your producers for catching the story and for highlighting it. It's an extremely important story. What's happened is that the White House is playing politics. They're releasing this information about the detainee going back to Saudi Arabia right when most of the media are looking at the Pope, hoping that they're distracted. This is an important story because the normal process for releasing detainees out of GITMO is that 6 agencies, 6 national security agencies of the United States government must sign off on whether or not this person is reformed, whether or not this person can go back to their home country, and whether or not the home country actually has put in place the proper security procedures to watch them so that they don't go back onto the terrorist battlefield. And what has happened in this particular instance is that the White House has created this special committee because all 6 national security agencies said this individual should not go back. He is a threat to our U.S. national security. But this special committee of appointed individuals decided to overrule all 6 national security agencies. They are placing this guy back, and they are hoping that he has changed. And I think that means we have completely moved this from a national security issue to a political issue.
He has a nephew, too, that was at GITMO, and apparently he was released also. The review board said this, Rick, to your point. The board also considered the detainee's well-established family, their willingness and ability to support him upon his return, and their prior success in assisting with the rehabilitation and reintegration of a former Guantanamo detainee. Ash Carter's under a lot of pressure because the president wants to close GITMO. 16 months left, about 114 detainees still there. Will he?
Yeah, and look, Ash Carter has been under pressure from the moment he took the job as Secretary of Defense. He has tried to say, no, I don't want to close it. There was a report this summer that during a national security meeting, Susan Rice really pushed Ash Carter to do something about closing GITMO and to begin to lean forward on individuals so that we could start to detangle what's happening in GITMO. And I think that it's really important to highlight this is no longer a national security issue. This is a hardcore political issue for Susan Rice and for Barack Obama, and they're pressuring our Secretary of Defense to act politically.
He's back home now. Rick Gannell, thank you for your reaction there.